my buddy Marty was a BAR man, Browning automatic rifle. And as we were going in on Saipan, I saw him and I waved at him, and he waved back. And right after that, I saw him go down. So I knew he had got hit. And but there's nothing I could do, you know. And I saw the corpsman come at him, and I figured, oh, they're going to take care of him. He's just wounded. But of course, at the end of the battle, I found out he got killed. Man. It was rough. It was rough for me anyway. 'Cause we were high school buddies, you know. Well, I joined the Marine Corps in December the 10th, 1942. Me and my buddy went down and joined up, and we thought, we're going to win this war. Well, yeah, we went to boot camp, and when we got out of boot camp, we left. Right out of boot camp, we got aboard ship and went overseas, and we stopped at New Zealand. We stopped at New Caledonia, and from there we went to New Zealand and Australia to join the 2nd Marine Division. They had just come back from Guadalcanal. So we were in New Zealand and Australia for, about 5 months. Then we boarded ships again, and we headed out. We didn't know where we were going, but we headed out, and during the voyage, they told us, they took us up on deck, and they had a big map, and they said, here's where we're going. We're going to the island of Tarawa. And I never knew, I didn't know what the hell they were talking about. So they said, oh, you guys won't have to worry about it. They said, there won't be much opposition. The Navy's been bombing it for weeks. Well, we figured, oh, good, yeah, that sounds great. So anyway, we got where we were going, and on November the 20th, in early morning, we got up, had a good breakfast. The Navy put out a good breakfast for us, and we loaded aboard the Amtrak's amphibian tractors, which that's the part that I was in, and we took off. The first wave took off, they after, I don't know how long, we followed. Well, I was on the second wave, and now I hit Red Beach too, and it seemed pretty good for a while till I saw the shells dropping, and I figured, holy crap! I said, this is really a war, man. And I got scared. I really got scared, because I remember the one tractor got hit right center of it, right where all the guys were, and it blew it all to hell, man. And man, then I really started feeling it. Anyway, we hit the beach, and we unloaded, and all the guys jumped off and everything, because we had no ramps to get off of, like a Higgins boat. We had to jump off the tractor. And well, our tractor was full of, the pontoons were full of holes, so they was disabled. We couldn't use it. We couldn't go back to the ship and get more stuff. So I went with the troops, and we went straight in, and then we turned to the right, and then we turned to the left here a little bit, and we were, fighting. In other words, shooting and trying to stay alive. That's the whole thing. And I don't know how many yards I'd gone in, and I heard somebody say, incoming, and there was a shell incoming. Well, I'm trying to figure out where to hit. So as I was hitting the deck, it hit and it blew, and it caught me with shrapnel. Well, I wasn't bad, but I was bleeding so bad that the corpsmen, they're right on you. and he wrapped my eye out 'cause it hit my face, and he said, "I got to send you back to the hospital ship." So anyway, that was my part there, and I went to the hospital ship. So they took all my clothes and gave me pajamas and patched me up and everything. And when I woke up, I says, "Hey," I said, "we're moving, aren't we?" And he says, "Yeah." He says, "We're going to Hawaii." I said, "No, I got to go back to the unit." He said, "You'll get to your unit when they get back." So anyway, we went to Hawaii and in the hospital. I was there a couple of days, and the unit came back. So that was my bit at Tarawa, you know. And while we stayed in Hawaii, see, we got there in November. Then we did a little training there, you know, in Hawaii. And then what I was going to say is, I went into town to get something to eat in Hilo, and I had not seen my buddy since we left boot camp. So I was coming out of the restaurant, and here he's walking in, and we hugged and all that, and we were happy because he says, "Man, we beat them this time, didn't we?" You know, we were happy as hell that we survived. And Marty was his name. And so he went back in with me, and we had a few beers and talked half the night, for God's sake. We were celebrating that we had survived. And he said, "We're going to make it, buddy." He said, "We're going to make it home." I said, "Yeah, we sure as hell will, don't worry." So anyway, I went back to my area, and he went back to his area, and we trained a little more. And then we boarded ships again. We were going someplace else. I didn't know where we were going. And this was, we hit Saipan in, I believe, June. And that one, as I was going, we went in on the tractor that I was on was number 13, because I volunteered to go on 13. Nobody wanted to go in 13. So we went in and unloaded, and my buddy Marty was a BAR man, Browning automatic rifle. And as we were going in on Saipan, I saw him and I waved at him, and he waved back. And right after that, I saw him go down. So I knew he had got hit. And but there's nothing I could do, you know. And I saw the corpsman come at him, and I figured, oh, they're going to take care of him. He's just wounded. But of course, at the end of the battle, I found out he got killed. It was rough. It was rough for me anyway. 'Cause we were high school buddies, you know. So Saipan was over with, and then we went across the channel. It was Tinian. Tinian was just more of a airfield, and it was easy to take. I mean, no problem, you know. So after Tinian, we went back to Saipan and made quarters there, and we trained a little more. And then we went to Okinawa. Well, we didn't do the landing. I think of the 4th Marine Division that did the landing there. I don't remember, but we just made a fake landing, and but they had all them kamikaze planes there, man. That was hell, man. They just dive into the aircraft. They don't just shoot at the aircraft. They come down and just like a human bomb. So anyway, we went back to Saipan, and we just trained more, and finally the war ended, and I got to go home. I was there. I was overseas for 2.5 years. That's the longest 2.5 years I ever had. But anyway, that's about it. You know, I mean, that's all I can tell you. I mean, and I'll tell you one thing. If anybody ever tells you that they were not afraid, they're full of crap. Because that is not true. They either were never there or they're lying to you. But that's about all I can tell you. I mean, you know, to me, the real heroes are the guys that gave their lives for the country. I mean, and I'm proud of being able to say I went to World War II to protect my country. I am really proud of that. See, on the first wave, well, there was what the hell was his name? Major Drews. He went in with. He said, "I'm going in with my troops because high officers don't have to go in. Lieutenants go in, but he was a major, and he said, "I'm going in with my troops." And I followed the tractor. I was watching them, and then I see these shells falling, from the land, and I see it hit where the major was, hit right in it. Oh God, I'll tell you that really blew me away. They were gone, man, and that's what was scary to me, really scary. Watching them shells fall.
Because you were watching what you were about to go through yourself.
Yeah. We were, so I was just saying, oh God, please don't let no shell hit us. And the idea, once you hit the beach, you're fighting to stay alive. I mean, there ain't no way about it, nothing. I mean, you got to stay alive. And I always kept saying, keep me alive, I want to go home. And then I felt guilty when I got home and I was all in one piece. And my buddy had got killed. But, as one doctor told me, he says, you shouldn't feel guilty, it just wasn't your time. And, that's, I think most guys that came back in all in one piece did feel a little guilty. We were on Saipan, and it was pretty well secured, and they set up a field kitchen, so they were going to fix us a warm meal, and they dug a little trench about like that to dump the dirty water off after you wash your utensils and all that, and I just got my food, and then comes a Zero, and he's strafing. So I dropped that and I jumped in that little trench, and behind him was one of P-38 following him and shooting him, and he blew him out of the sky. That I remember on Saipan. Oh, anyway, it was a good. I love that when that P-38 blew him out of the sky, man. But it scared the shit out of me, though. Yeah, I remember that. Well, we set up a watch by the shore because the Japanese were coming in from the ocean. They'd swim out and come in and infiltrate us. And it was three of us on watch, and I was laying down, and my other buddy was laying down, and then Siegel was on watch for the night for a while, and he woke us up. He said, "I think there's somebody in that bush over there across the road." I said, "Oh no, I don't hear it." And he said, "Yeah, there is." So he took a shot, and we heard somebody go like that. And then we heard a moaning all night long. When it got day, we went over there to see, and he had hit. It was a Jap. He had hit him right in the damn throat. He didn't even aim or anything. He just shot, and he hit him, man.
Wow.
That was a lucky shot. That's all I can say. We need good leadership. That's what we really need. Somebody that knows what the hell's going on. I mean, like I say, half of these people don't know what a war is. They don't understand it. And if they understood it, I don't think we'd have this many wars. But that's life, I guess. That's the way it goes. It's the only thing I can think of.
What would you want to say to the men who were killed in the war? What would you want them to know?
And I want them to know that they're the heroes. They are the heroes. They gave their life up for this country. And that's what a lot of people don't understand. They gave their lives up to save this country. 'Cause a lot of people just, all I'm telling you, I've never told anybody because you and Zach is the only one, and my daughter, when she finally got me to talk. But you tell this to some other people, that was a tough war, wasn't it? They don't care. They don't really care. And then there's a lot of guys like you that do care. I mean, and it makes me feel good. You make me feel good that you care, that you want to hear about it. But other than that, that's all I can say.
What kind of person do you want people to always think of you as? As what kind of man?
Well, he did what he had to do, and like my dad always told me, do it, what you do, and do it right. And that's what I wanted to know. I did what I had to do, and I did it right. And if you don't like the way I did it, tough shit.